We are Team Wingdings, and welcome to our final presentation. We've got a lot to share with you.
Our team selected a brief from a list released by the RSA. We chose carefully based on personal interest, opportunity for innovation, and market potential in different industries. Ultimately, we settled on the right to breathe, which outlines the devastating effects of air pollution. We quickly discovered that densely populated cities worldwide suffer from poor air quality, and this is perpetuated by a lack of relevant, meaningful education surrounding the issue.
First, we began by conducting enough research to fully understand our brief. Second, we defined our problem, identifying the root cause of air pollution and creating user personas. Third, we diverged and individually ideated several solutions each. Fourth, we came together again and decided which solutions we liked best. And fifth, we prototyped the solution first with the storyboard and then with the 3D model. Our solution. We created a temporary immersive educational experience located first in Toronto. We call it Aware. And it's not your average exhibit. Aware has a few components: social media pages for marketing, a website for tickets and information, and of course, the exhibit itself. But instead of telling you about it, we're going to show you. Our journey begins with Aware's Instagram page. We've carefully curated an aesthetically pleasing grid full of photographs and our own illustrations. After reading our bio, any user will know what Aware is and where they can purchase tickets. Featured on our page are teaser posters of our exhibit, introduction of its creators, our company goals, and various facts and figures regarding air quality in the city in which Aware resides at that time.
The next portion of the user journey is to buy tickets from our website. Viewers are greeted with a clean, straightforward landing page that prompts them to buy tickets. This means viewers won't struggle to find the buy button. Once viewers select their date, they are greeted with a variety of ticket options. As a student, you are eligible for reduced pricing, making the exhibit even more accessible. The process concludes with finalizing your purchase. The website also hosts resources for visitors to read and listen to before and after the experience. It allows them to access the written and audio materials at their convenience, creating value that can last.
Now we begin the true Aware experience. After having our ticket scanned, we enter the exhibit. We call this room the present. We first notice the dim lighting, heavy haze, chemical smells, and overall unpleasant atmosphere of the room. On the walls, we can read horrifying statistics about the reality of air pollution. We see the negative impacts it has on the environment and on ourselves. The right wall illustrates the epidemics of the past, exemplifying the Great Smog of London in 1952. Images showcase the grotesque reality of what air pollution can do to a densely populated city. On the left wall would be a projection of a short film. This film is narrated and includes captions, therefore accessible for our visually and hearing impaired customers. It takes you through the history of air pollution, its negative impacts, and how bad it will get if we don't intervene. Once the film ends, we walk through to the next room, titled The Future. We immediately notice the drastic difference in air quality. The room is fresh, bright, and welcoming. You can hear the buzzing of the air purifiers in the room, and you see other people standing on designated spots for taking pictures. Looking to the left, you see a mural that depicts the story of what we can determine our future to be. Along the back wall is information on biking, lung health, air purifying technologies, and plants. People are interacting with the reading materials on the walls and pressing buttons to listen to verbal material as well. The right wall holds an ecosystem of plants that is beautiful to look at and smell, but they aren't just for looks. These plants are hard at work cleaning the air you're breathing. The front wall holds all the information you'd need to know about buying an electric car. Finally, the centerpieces of this room are our backflow incense burners that is covered in moss and various other plants. It's visually captivating, eliciting feelings of tranquility, and the incense clears our congestion and mimics the effects of pure air. Finally, we transition over to the resources room. This room has every relevant company, product, link, and resource needed for you to enact small-scale change in your lifestyle. The back wall illustrates biking routes in the city. Along both walls are various small businesses located in Toronto that you can read about and pick up coupons and rebates for their goods. Overall, the Aware exhibit provides impactful, digestible information through a multi-sensory experience to ensure meaningful awareness. Additionally, our inclusive design means resources are accessible to all abilities. Our final task is to validate the efficacy of Aware, so we knew we had to conduct user testing in order to pinpoint any gaps or shortcomings in our proposal. To do this, we contacted several people who fall within our target demographic to experience the 3D walkthrough themselves. They completed specific tasks and answered questions. Participants verified some of the things for us. They felt a noticeable contrast between the two rooms, and they felt inclined to make small-scale changes in their lifestyles, especially after seeing our resources. This is good news. Inspiring change is our priority. All participants said if this becomes a real exhibit and lives up to its digital rendering, they would like to know more and recommend it to friends. Now for the constructive criticism. Aside from a few wording and clarity suggestions for our website, a few people felt that the future room was too focused on expensive, unattainable solutions, like always biking instead of driving or buying an electric car. They seemed to gravitate more towards the plant wall, saying that it felt friendlier and that they could actually afford to get some of those, and expressed frustration that there weren't more examples like this. So we'll need to make some changes. For our final prototype, we'll focus less on the tech stuff and more on small-scale solutions, because we want our visitors to not feel intimidated, but empowered.
As a for-profit company, our main goal is to make revenue. Our primary revenue stream will be from our ticket sales. Customers will make a one-time purchase to participate in our event, and our pricing varies depending on the day of the week. During peak times, Fridays and weekends, our tickets are $29.99. For off-peak hours, customers will pay $24.99. Students get a discount at $19.99, and children under the age of 5 are granted free entry. If we operate from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., we expect to serve an average of 500 people per day, capturing around 0.0002% of Toronto's population daily and 0.02% in our first year after serving 60,000 people. We project that our sales will double in our second year of operation. Assuming that we operate at minimum capacity daily, in our first year, we expect to make about $2.8 million. The temporary nature of our exhibits will allow us to grow the company by moving our exhibits to new cities, eventually running several exhibits at once. We can select these cities based on accessibility, social political climate, and of course, the need for our message. Domestically, we hope to access Vancouver because due to the recent uptick in coastal wildfires, they experience intense bouts of poor air quality. We also feel that the demographic of Vancouver will be receptive to our message. Internationally, we have our sights set on Hong Kong. Political tensions there may prove an obstacle, but Hong Kong is a major hub that frequently ranks low on the International Air Quality Index. What will propel Aware's growth is successful showings in our early stages, and working in our favor is the persisting trend of increased environmental concern among younger generations. The impact our experience has on visitors will continue through our social media and our websites, where our team will frequently post and interact with users. The more we grow on social media, the greater the brand recognition, aiding us in expanding to new markets to allow unlimited increase in profitability.
Aware has 3 key stakeholders: consumers, local businesses and partners, and of course, the environment. The value that Aware offers is unrivaled, and we are confident that there is significant market potential for our company. Aware is an immersive experience that gives users the opportunity to combine theoretical and practical learning through our integration of educational content and simulated atmospheres. This unity of tactics is what sets Aware apart from our indirect competitors who are currently operating in the same market that we would be in. Our target demographic varies greatly, as we cater to a range of ages and interests through the variety of ways through which we present our materials. We expect our core demographic to be residents of Toronto who have average to above average incomes and are interested or curious about environmental issues. We expect our largest age group to be millennials. We also anticipate that this exhibit will be popular among families who are looking for a fun outing in Toronto, as our information is accessible for children. Based on these estimates, we put our total accessible market at about $80 million and our total obtainable market at around $1.5 million. Aware has no direct competitors, but there are still a few organizations who present a similar service to ours. The Science Center, for example, provides users with a similar immersive experience. However, it's more geared towards child-friendly learning, and they don't focus specifically on air quality or air pollution. IQ Air does the opposite. They provide educational information about air quality for adults, but it's done through a mobile app.
All of our projected costs are grounded in research of Toronto's current financial climate and its arts and culture industry. While our offering is unique, financial statements from exhibits like the Van Gogh experience helped us to approximate certain values. We'll have significant overhead because given that we're a startup and a temporary exhibit, we'll need to invest in advertising to ensure success in our limited stay in Toronto. Other major expenses will include rent, travel fees, acquiring and maintaining materials and equipment, electricity, and salary. Together, our first year's expenses equate to $500,000. assuming that we operate at least our minimum capacity daily. In our first year, we expect to make $2.8 million. With taxes considered, this leaves us with a net profit of $1.7 million. Because of this assessment, we are confident that our business is financially viable.
Once again, we are Team Wingdings. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next term.